Beaver, away!
Hello everyone, and welcome to the next match in this Platinum Week 3 game on Gullywash. My name is Buck, joining me is Wiethoofd once again, and I'm casting with Scrambled now. Hello Scrambled, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, looking forward to this game. Previously I've played on Art of Throwing, so I know personally some of the players, and I know some of the players on Quack as well. So again, some more Gullywash action, some more 5CP Highlander action. Not everyone's cup of tea, I know, but can be quite stressful at times, especially when people don't watch last on Gully, as I always hate to see. But yeah, we'll have to see how this game plays out.
Yeah, last round there was quite a lot of plays being made, messy DM fights ending with someone playing last point and there just wasn't anyone on them. So we'll maybe see some more of that this game. Yeah, I'm not actually very familiar with a lot of the players in this game. I of course know Willen. I think most people know Willen. I've heard good things about Ollie as well. He's been impressing quite a lot lately. But if you're familiar with the teams, maybe you could tell me a little bit more about them.
Yeah, so on the side of Quack, I know that players like Woolen. So obviously Woolen, very well known in the TF2 community, does a lot of streaming as well. As a spy main for quite a long time now. So he's definitely going to be one of the major players to look out for. I imagine one of the Vetleys. I think there's old Vetley and handsome Vetley, and I do know Vetley a bit, and he's also a decent player. On the side of AOT, got the likes of, like you said, Ollie. So quite a sort of upcoming sniper. Played high for a bit now, and yeah, sort of most of the players in AOT are from Sensations, the previous team. So yeah, looking forward to see how they do today on Gullywash.
Yeah, actually, now that they've changed the names, I recognise Sis as well, the Pyro.
Yep.
He's a very good player. Impressed a lot with his Pyro DM. Yeah, and I recognise Pig Man as well. Quite a few players that are quite good on these teams.
Yeah, I know. Like Sis and Pigman, I think can be quite combo oriented. So I imagine they'll probably just play around Dave quite a bit, try and see what frags they can get with their flank. I know Spans and Madman on Soldier and Scout, well, Scout and Soldier respectively, will probably try and get the picks for this team as well as Ollie. Try and play around him as much as possible. I'm not as aware of the players on Quack, but there's a new time for everything, so I'm looking forward to see some key players up and coming.
What do you think the scores are going to be? Remembering that this is of course UGC and there's going to be 2 rounds, 30 minutes long.
Yeah, I kind of I didn't take that into account last game. Actually, I kind of underestimated how long it would be just because of the half-time break. But I mean, for me, I'd probably say that AOT probably have the slight edge. But yeah, I mean, anything can really happen on this map. Like if people don't watch the backouts properly, the right people get behind at the right time. But as a prediction score, I'm probably gonna say I don't know, about 5-2 maybe.
5-2.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. If you're saying that that the Spans Madman flank combo are very good, and you got Ollie on sniper as well, I think that could be quite a polarizing game. I might go for something. I don't know. I'd maybe say they would win. I would say that AOT will win. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be quite 5-2. Maybe it'll be more like 5-4 ish. But
looking at the UGC rosters actually, so I do know Magikarp and also Glora. I'm not sure if they're playing because obviously there's people aliasing and stuff. I don't think they are. Just looking at their pictures, profile pictures. But at the moment, apparently I'm hearing they're missing an NG, so they're going to hopefully get this going soon. I think this has been waiting quite a while actually to start, which is a typical Highlander fashion really. But we're used to that by now, I'm sure. So yeah, I mean that's a bit of a discussion of the map really. So I mean, how viable do you think Gullywash is as a Highlander map? Because this is a pretty big discussion still in the Highlander community. It's very sixes oriented, and there's some classes that just do really well on this map, and there's some classes that just don't do as well. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I actually don't think 5CP is as bad as people say it is. I think that it's only bad when people don't know what they're doing. This is a UGC game, so there's going to be a lot of teams that maybe aren't as coordinated, haven't been with each other for as long, or only play UGC, or maybe don't scrim. So we'll see a lot more of the problems with 5CP, I think, in this game, because it's all about coordination and the way your team moves together. And in maps like Payload and King of the Hill, it comes much more naturally with the way that the maps are designed, whereas you need the coordination. So I really enjoy 5CP and Highlander on a coordinated team, but I can understand why people don't like it, because on teams that just don't know what they're doing, it can be so
tedious.
Yeah, people just there's like hesitation, and people have different ideas about how the game should be played, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I would definitely agree, because like you say, it's all about the sort of coordination. And for me, another thing on 5CP, I feel like on like process and Gully Wash and that sort of thing, if you ever play in Highlander, is speed. So speed is quite a big factor, I feel, in like Steel as well. But which ironically also has 5 points, but it's not quite 5CP. But yeah, if people like take the momentum from point to point, especially from mid, I often feel like the top Prem teams take the momentum from mid and with Uber advantages, like if their mid lives, and they just roll a single round in less than like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes a team good, is their ability to convert advantages. And if you manage to get your medic alive, if you manage to win the mid fight and their medic dies and your medic survives, you can turn that into a last push a lot of the time. So yeah, you'll see a lot of Premiership teams, like top teams, just winning the mid and then winning the game because of that, because they've got that level of coordination. Whereas maybe in the lower levels, you just end up with lots of stalemate games where people are just stuck between first, mid, and second, and they don't know how to push the picks and the advantages that they have.
Yeah, I think it basically will come down to like, because if you haven't got coordination, it essentially just ends up being like a DM fest. So like, I mean, it kind of ends up being like Koth, but on each point, I feel. Yeah. If there isn't much coordination. So you're basically just sort of relying on a spy or a sniper or a soldier just to sort of go in, get some key frags, and then the rest of your team just sort of profits off it, I suppose, and tries to make space that way. But to do with like Ubers, I think as I previously casted on this map, I think before, like I always say that Ubers kind of can be quite effective on this map, but they're probably not as well used as they could be, apart from on like last. Last Ubers obviously need to be like really effective. So when pushing last, like a lot of people like to bring their pyro and their heavy in classes that can make a lot of space and give some room to the team on like underneath and try and clear off the point. And then the Ubers sort of either uses distraction or just to try and like absorb some damage. But yeah, we'll have to see like if that ever happens, because
it was happening quite a lot last game, and I think that both of these teams are like players of the caliber that they could pull off a last push, a textbook Highlander last push like that. But again, like you said, it requires coordination. I'm not sure if these teams are like have that sort of practice that a lot of like more seasoned teams would have.
Yeah, one thing I actually noticed from last game, I didn't really notice many level 3 sentries, and I think a level 3 sentry on last can actually, like, combined with a pyro, can do quite a lot of work to like deny the final point, especially when you wrangle it and like deny jumpers and just keep pushing back like a scout that's jumping around or a demo that's trying to make space. And if you just wrangle it and it just absorbs all the demo's pipes, it just means the demo can't effectively put sticks on the point and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's one of the techniques that people use to absorb an overcharge in Highlander. You use the sentry gun, make them use the Uber and the sentry gun, and then they don't use the Ubers on the overcharge on the players or to do what they want to do, like you said. Yeah, what didn't happen last game, maybe we'll see it this game. But the counter is obviously a spy.
Yeah, very true. So, I mean, obviously there's counters to everything eventually, and hopefully this game will be starting. I think it'll be starting soon, because I think they have found an NG eventually. So, just looking at this, oh, okay, so apparently I'm hearing it'll start 8v9. So that's going to be an interesting thing to watch. I'm not sure if they'll get someone in later or not. Like having a bit of Merc trouble. But yeah, especially for an engineer. Having no NG... Okay, so actually, analysing this then.
On a
Having no
mid-fight.
NG on mid-fights, yeah, how do you think that's going to affect them?
Right, it depends whether the soldier on red is able to... say soldier on red, the soldier on blue is able to capitalise on that. If he knows that the sniper is unprotected on big door, that's a very easy mid-fight, I think. And he's able to get on it. Though they might decide to play around it, they might keep the heavy big door, I don't know, there's loads of things you can do, and it might make this mid very messy. Although,
Ooh,
it
okay.
seems that there's a pause.
Yeah, apparently it's, I think it's just happening, so they're apparently going to have to try and get a merc in. Might be going in for a restart, possibly just extending the pause to try and get someone in. A lot of hesitation going on right now as to whether they actually want to start this game with 8 people. But
Yeah,
as
even though engineer isn't the biggest class, he has impact. If you've not got an engineer to protect your sniper on mid, you're gonna have a hard time. Like having that sort of pressure that the enemy team will just have. It's just a disadvantage, you know.
I always think like a wrangled mini in big door is like probably one of the most annoying things on the mid on this map, especially as like a scout or like a demo, because it just absorbs so much damage and like
it takes
just
focus. You have to shoot it.
Yeah, and it's just annoying to try. Like, and you can't really deal with it as like someone like a scout or like a heavy with like really weak long range damage. You have to kind of rely on like arrows or shots from the sniper or pipes or rockets and that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, of course, like if it's not doing its job of protecting that side of the map from the flank, you're gonna have a hard time controlling it. A mini is like an area denial tool. If you're not controlling parts of the mid fight, you're not going to be able to win the mid fight. And it looks like the unpause is happening.
Ooh. Okay, I think we are coming for a spicy mid with 9v8 right now. Let's get on the proper spec bird's eye cam view. We've got the soldier jumping in early onto this mid fight. Both soldiers actually going for a direct mid push right there. Whereas we've got them pushing up on the right side here. Madman going for a bit of a jump. Does manage to pick them off as there's a lot going down right now for Quack.
That was very strange. Vetley was very fast onto mid. Well, I say Vetley, the demo man was very fast onto mid. He was very weak, but he managed to deny so much space. And then he decided to back out, and obviously because he was weak and gave up this point.
Yeah, a bit of a shame really, but yeah, take into account the numbers and like the early picks I think that came out. It's just a bit of a shame. So it's Z Street Display still up in this river area, going to try and go for Ollie I think, as they're going to try and push them last. The Uber does come out. The Uber does get a return from the defensive mid though.
Sis is on the point, he's not getting
Sis.
right.
What do you get? Oh,
very
barely
close.
missed out.
I think if he managed to hit that air blast, point
God.
goes anyway.
Madman with the huge bomb. Bombs in, push people off the point just with his rocket spam, and does manage to cap it out for a quick first point.
And here's the pause happening in real time, and it's going to be a 9v8 game that we're casting. So
I think this is... They're trying to get to restart? Oh. Okay. Well, we used to... I mean, this is apparently where the pause happened, and there's weird things going on. So I don't think they'll be getting a merc after all this. So, but yeah, I think they're still going to try and continue with 8 people as the other mid just come out. And somehow, I'm not sure whether AOT actually decided to just like be a bit confused and not push in there in terms of what was going on with the pause. But Spans is in with Uber. Trying to go for a mid pick right now. Just
Ollie as well was doing a very good job. Ollie was looking at the medic there, and he stopped the medic on red from running away from the pyro. It was a very good play from Ollie. He just locked him down, forced the Uber.
Sis with his typical debt jump over the point, trying to get in as much space as possible. Doesn't manage to find any frags, so Span's trying to peek it cheekily with Pigman. Demo does go down though, as they need to be careful. Pigman's getting a lot of space here just by himself. Like, they're very scared of this heavy right now, as they've lost some key players. No snipers to deny, no demos to deny.
Yeah, like, if you're down a player, you're obviously going to you just like give up space. Your flank's going to be losing position, and your combo's going to be able to take position because of that. It's going to be a very easy game for blue, I think.
Pyro trying to do the best he can. Demo very far forward here. Just managed to get picked off though by the demo. Span's trying to throw in a cheeky bauble, trying to get some bleed damage down. Madman is looking to jump in. Does decide to go water, but I think he has been caught by the scout. Get some good damage on him though. Nothing quite happening right yet, as there is even Ubers actually.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of picks on the site. Like, people are on blue don't have all their numbers. They don't have the sniper up to make plays for them. They don't have the spies only just come up, so blue are going to be able to hold on to the super for a while. But without having a sentry gun on last, I think it's going to be very hard for them to defend. Like you said, the set of level 3 sentry gun on last is very strong, and it's a tool that can be used to deny Uber, and there's Uber v Uber happening here. So this might be an advantage that can be pushed off just having 9 players on your team. And Uber comes out.
Yeah, Uber comes out right now. Does have a bit of a lag spot there. But back now. Loads of people on the point though. Not really much Dinar going out. And Uber's not really being fully exchanged as probably as they wanted to quack. And yeah, being down a player, especially in NG for these last points, is starting to be a bit of a detriment at this point. As the mid's pretty much being won mostly by AOT. However, they lost the last mid, but yeah, the space gain back from AOT is very strong.
Yeah, we'll see. You see now that Schnee is just on his own completely. And the spy knows that he's going straight for him.
I think just saw that. Yeah, Woolen just did a massive bomb off the side. Like, Woolen actually playing soldier now, rather than... Well, actually, I think it was playing soldier from the start, what am I about? Yeah, so yeah, doing a big jump over the top of the mid. Just managed to get the mid. Big man fighting on the point right now. Bomb comes in from Madman as well to help clean up the heavy. Pyro on the point with a big reflex. Madman getting front up in the air. Probably will go down to the score shot. But yeah, cleanup comes in favour of AOT.
Yeah, it looks like the sniper. It looks like Ollie went to mid there on the huntsman. He just walked straight through lower, right onto the sniper. Doesn't look like blue team are taking it very seriously because they're winning regardless.
Yeah, might see some gimmicky players coming out. I mean, obviously AOT will want to make sure they just secure this win. Nice snipe onto Madman though from the quack sniper. There's a lot of people actually just seeing it. Oh, yeah, another one.
Soldier and downline pick. Those are big picks. And he's doing a lot, reminding the enemy team that they have to respect him, even if they are a player down.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people in lower right now, though. Might be trying to go from main. However, they're 2 people down, and they don't have Uber yet, so they need to be careful here. Pigman trying to make some space in the lobby alone. Just take 2 rockets to the face, but he's making a lot of space for these heals with the help of Dave.
Yeah, it looks like that they're just able to stabilise the lobby. Anyway, regardless of those picks, they're looking to take the Uber that's very nearly built in from River, 90%. Got the players up. Red will have spawned by the time the Uber comes out, but looks like they're going to just take it in anyway.
Yeah,
and the Uber comes out.
Med hasn't been building too great on the side of Quack right now. Bombs coming for the med, but a bit of wasted ammo there. But I mean, there's too many people on the point right now as a heavy distance once again. So 3 points right now for AOT.
1 more point for AOT, and that'll be 4-0, and that'll be the end of a round because it's first to 4 per round, and then there'll be 1 more round.
Yeah, this is likely going to end up unfortunately being quite a quick game here, ladies and gentlemen, which is a bit unfortunate because they can find an NG, but yeah, bit of a quick fix bomb going on right now.
Gets a stick onto the medic, and gets into elbow and picked up by the scout.
Dave gets some Uber swords onto the sniper. Quick fix comes out, and yeah, that's a lot of frags going down in the choke right there. So, the demo gets a lot of damage. 2 up right now, Zedstreak and Woolen. I think Woolen's way behind. I don't think they actually know where it is. It's in choke.
He didn't call that by this Pyro who comes in, scorch shots him.
It's
or detonates him even. Very hard, giving Woolen a very hard time.
You get to cap this easily though, I think. It's 70% on the quick fix for Dave right now. Almost getting flung into their enemy players there.
Yeah, and it looks like this is going to be a massacre for Blue and River. All the spam. Demo Knight comes out, goes straight into the medic, but quick fix has popped off the counter there. Not going to drop any players early to a Demo Knight. And it looks like Pigman is going to be going through Washer with the Pyro, going for the standard push. And then the combo comes in from the top, from the River, and it looks like it's going to be another round for Blue.
Well, very quick off. I think that was like 8 minutes for that half. So yeah, AOT pretty much dominating this. Just a very quick start. I imagine just to try and get this over and done with, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, there would be a lot of gully wash today, to be fair, but yeah, but it's unfortunate that it didn't last as long as I probably would have hoped. But there we go. You win some, you lose some.
We're still seeing the quick fix to mid here. from Dave. It looks like they're going to be going to choke this time rather than going straight across the mid. Oh, and it looks like Demo's going drop down. A lot of people going drop down to choke. Surprise play here.
Yeah, going for a choke. Drop down actually, like loads of people come for drop down. It's like 6 or 7 people. Remember, I get caught in here, it's just to go in. Big
Bentley comes behind and drop down, gets picked up by Pigman, but
Dave goes down as well somehow. I didn't actually see that in the backlines, but yeah, no mid right now for AOT is 2 alive again for Quack. It's trying to run for his life and gets picked up by a very low health madman. 1 health madman, wow, there we go. Calculated.
Yeah, it was very, very messy mid. It doesn't seem like a lot of red are wanting to contest the point. I'm not even sure it was Vetley, old Vetley, whoever that may be, decided to go on his own to drop down. If there was some cohesion between red, they might even be able to take it back. But I think they're just happy to let this game go at this point.
Yeah, too many people going down right now for Quack because they're trying to walk in everyone through river. Once again, I imagine Sister's going to do some water. Push with the is he on backburner? Yeah, he is on backburner.
Madman getting quite a big bomb straight onto the medic without very many people to protect him. Ends up taking a fight with Willen, which Willen manages to survive on half health. So again, standard push, only just let sniper on the knife now, and there you go. That's 5-0.
Probably one of the fastest Gully Watch games I've ever seen, but not really surprising since they were a player down, and like yeah, the players are very dominating DM-wise from AOT. So. There we go, another Gully Wash game, another week of Plat over and done with. Don't know whether there's much point looking at the logs, it's not really going to show much. So, yeah.
Show quick fix Ubers to normal Uber ratio or something like that, maybe, but nah, I don't think you'll find anything very interesting there.
So there we have it. AOT wins there. I'll be looking forward to see sort of what happens in the future weeks with like some closer games. AOT probably will have to fight the likes of like Wheelchair and Failer at some point. I think they've already fought one of them. I'm not sure, but yeah, Quack as well. Just continuing on. I don't know what the next map next week is. You know,
ooh, I've got it up somewhere here.
I doubt it's gonna be another 5CP.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yeah, it's Borneo.
Borneo, okay. So there we go. Yeah, Borneo next week will be, no doubt, much longer games, because Borneo is renowned to be extremely long-winded, especially on last. I've known like 17 or 18-minute games for Borneo.
I think it's the longest attack-defend map in the game, right? Or in the competitive pool right now, so...
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, like the payloads... like, for a payload map, yeah, it's like... Yeah, even for a payload map, actually, it's just ridiculous. But, well, I mean, teams can roll it. But yeah, we'll talk about Borneo when it comes to it, I suppose. But yeah, thank you for the cast Scrambled and Wheat again. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Do you have any shout-outs, Scrambles?
I guess shout out to Extra Solar from earlier. Shout out to Wiethoofd for being on the camera.
Very true, very true. I guess shout out to the very quick game that we had. People can now go have drinks and whatever. And apparently there's a show match this Saturday, I imagine being hosted on this very site. So stick around for that and note that in your calendars, I suppose. And yeah, that'll be about it. Just going to wrap this up. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching once again, and we'll see you next time.